Hi, Crazy Uncle Johnny here. I want to introduce everyone to the newest model of Triumph Thunderbird that's come out in 2011. This is not your grandfather's Triumph Thunderbird. Let me tell you about the Triumph Thunderbird first. It was introduced in 1949 for the model year 50 and had its first starring role in a movie that we all know and enjoy, The Wild One. Marlon Brando's character, Johnny, rode that bike, raised a lot of hell on it. That being said, this is not your grandfather's Thunderbird. That bike was famous for 34 horses and being able to reach 100 miles an hour. This bike's got 85 horsepower with 107 foot-pounds of torque. It's very comfortable. It's got a nice wide seat, floorboards with the rocker shifter. I don't like the rocker shifter so much, but I'm not really a cruiser guy. Liquid cooled. Even though it looks like it's air cooled, we have a parallel twin 1600 cc engine. What that means is we've got two cylinders that have 800 cc apiece. That's like a piston this big. This really is a fantastic machine and it's designed very well. It's got a sexy tank, good looking exhaust. I mean, the primary covers are incredible. Chrome, brushed steel, big fat tire. This thing is really, it gives one a chub if you're really into cruisers. And I'm not even into cruisers and I kind of got one now. Must be the vibration. This thing stops and goes like a champ. And it really does pull like a freight train. This bike is somewhere in the middle of, say, being squeezed out of a tube or shot out of a cannon. In this case, it's kind of like toothpaste being shot out of a cannon, which isn't bad at all. Trust me, this bike pulls like a freight train. The gearing is smooth. It shifts decisively. I mean, you know that you've shifted, but it's not clunky at all. It's just very definitive and crisp. Personally, I like the shifting when it's like that. A 270-degree crank helps give this bike its cruiser lump to lump. And you can't really hear it because of the design of the exhaust allows for a low boom, so you can really feel it. It doesn't sound like a cruiser because it doesn't until you lug it a little bit, and then it sounds like a cruiser. Then it booms, but no obnoxious loud pipes save lives attitude from the exhaust. Your neighbors aren't going to mind when you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to ride this thing to work. Interestingly enough, this is the first belt drive that Hinckley's produced, or the whole badge has set out since the 20s when they were leather belts. Also, you can expect a long belt life with this particular model because of the tungsten carbide rear sprocket. This bike is very stable at high speed. Out on the slab today, while no one was looking, I may have exceeded the speed limit just a tad, just a tad. And no shakiness, no anything. And I'll tell you what, this Triumph windscreen, this factory installed windscreen actually took a lot off my body. I didn't feel like I was going that fast. My biggest complaint with this particular Triumph is the location of the dashboard and the instruments. They're not user-friendly. They're difficult to see, and you have to take your eyes off the road to look at any of the lights, to even see if your indicator's on. So you end up spending a lot of time mashing your indicator button just to make sure that you actually turned it off, because it's so inconvenient to look at the indicator lights to see if it's still on. I know it's sort of a cruiser thing to have your speedometer right there in the tank, and it looks cool, don't get me wrong. There's just got to be a better way that we could take the lights and put them up here and still keep a clean look. But really, that's just aesthetics. The bike overall handles well. When I took it through some twisties earlier today, it felt really good. Fortunately, you can work a little bit with the rear suspension to adjust your preload. It was kind of soft and bouncy on me, but this thing has just rolled off the showroom floor. So if I spent a little time tinkering with the suspension, I could probably stiffen it up just a little bit to where it felt really good.
The front suspension uses large 47mm forks, and the rear is a dual shock arrangement with 5 preload adjustments, just in case you've got to take your old lady for a ride.
What? Are you guys still hanging around? Look, final thoughts on the Triumph Thunderbird 2011. It's a great bike. It's fun to ride. Yeah, it's a cruiser, and I like it. This is a fun bike to ride. It does everything it's supposed to do, and it does it very well. And it put a smile on my face all morning. I'm gonna go ride it some more. I was supposed to turn it in a little while ago, but I think we may have a few technical difficulties that require my further testing. So I'll see you guys on the road. Have a good one.